Good morning, students. Welcome to your last week of connected learning. Hopefully, it's going to be a wonderful Monday for you to get out that protractor that I sent home when I sent your Go Math workbooks home, and we can do this lesson together out of your Volume 2 book. Please turn to page 499, 14.3, Measure and Draw Angles. So, the problem starts with Emma wants to make a clay sculpture of her daughter as she appears in the photo from her dance recital. How can she measure angle? Remember before spring break, we read this symbol. Angle DCE, or the angle formed by her daughter's arms. A protractor is a tool used to measure the size of an angle. Remember the sizes of the angles we learned also before we got out. Right, obtuse, acute. So you've already kind of got a jump start on this lesson. It says measure angle DCE using a protractor. Place the center of the protractor on vertex C of the angle. So you would put your protractor over the angle and see where the hole is. That's your vertex. Remember the jingle we learned. Vertices are the points. A vertex is the point. So it's the single point in the center. Okay? It says align the 0 degrees mark on the scale of the protractor with ray CE. We also learned what a ray was. Remember, it reminds you of a ray of sunshine, okay? It has one stopping point and one side that goes on forever. So, it says find where ray CD intersects the same scale. Read the angle measure on that scale and extend the ray if you need to. What I've done in my book is you can take the protractor and you need to use the straight edge to extend the line from the vertex. So extend that out so it can be easily read. Now look at where this ray is pointing. So when we have a straight angle, we have a 0 degree tick mark and a 180 degree tick mark. Always look to where the 0 is. The 0 is on the bottom scale. So that's the one we're going to read, wherever the 0's at. If it was pointing this way, the 0's on the top, we would read this scale. But starting on the bottom, you follow around 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. You go all the way around 100, 110, 120 degrees. So the measure of angle DCE is 120 degrees. So the angle formed by her daughter's arm is 120 degrees. Now I always tell the kids, ask yourself, is this reasonable? To double check yourself that you use the right scale on the protractor, ask yourself, does this look like 120 degrees? Yes, it does. What if you would have read the scale wrong and you would have seen 60 degrees? Okay, so does this look like a 60 degree angle? You would tell yourself, no, 60 is acute. Oh, I must have read the scale wrong. So just you would go back and try again. Turn over to page 500. And it says, draw angle KLM with a measure of 82 degrees. Okay, it says use the straight edge of your protractor to draw and label ray LM. So what I'm going to do, here on the side of the paper, I'm going to mark my vertex right here. Well, our typical problem, the marker is out. All right. Right here, we're going to mark the vertex. And we're going to draw angle, array, LM. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is this line right here on the protractor is called the guideline. So it is pointing on this one to the 0 on the top. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to go all the way and put a little dot on 82 degrees. So I'm going to turn my protractor to the straight edge part, and I'm going to connect those two rays at the vertex. And this one, it says mark a point at 82, label the point K. Okay, so here is L, K. So ask yourself, does this look like 82 degrees? Yes, it does. It's not to 90 yet. It's 82 degrees. So practice drawing that. Take a look at the next one. It says share and show. Okay, it says measure angle ABC. Place the center of the protractor on point what? Where do we put the center of the? Right there in the middle on point B. It says align ray BC with what? Where would you align it to? You want to align it with the 0 degrees. Read where blank intersects the same scale. Read where ray AB intersects the same scale. So the measure of ABC is what? You can tell the ray is pointing to the left. The 0 is on the top. So I go around and read. The measure of angle ABC, follow the scale up, and it stops on 65 degrees. So let's look at number 2. Let's look at angle ONM. So what I've done is with my edge of the protractor, I've extended the line so it'll make it easier to read. So I'm going to put my vertex on in. I'm going to try to align the guideline as best as you can. And if you don't have to be perfect, as long as you're super close on this. When you get it to about 56 degrees, that is your answer for angle ONM. So if you did this before I said this and you said, oh, it's about 54 or 55, that's okay. Let's take a look at number 3. Your S is the vertex. Try to align your guideline. This one's opening up to where the 0 on my protractor's on the bottom. So I'm going to go around and read. And it stops at about 103 degrees. Now, if you got 101 degrees or 102, 104, any of that is okay as long as you're close. The next one is kind of hard because it wants us to use the protractor to draw a 170 degree angle in this tiny space. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to put a dot for your vertex. Okay, I want you, let's see, I'm going to draw mine probably going to the right. So I'm going to put one ray going here. Then I'm going to put a dot where my 170 degrees should be on the protractor. And I'm going to pull the other ray to connect it. Now, you can ask yourself, does that look close to 170? Yes, it's close. It's a very tiny space right there. Okay, look at 78 degrees on number 5. I want you to draw your vertex. This time, I'm going to make my ray going this way first. Realign your vertex with your guideline. My 78 looks like it would be about right here. And connect, okay? Okay, so do the best you can with that in that small amount of space. So we're going to skip page 501. It is a little bit too detailed for what I want to do today. And we're going to flip over to the questions. Okay, it says, Kate tosses a stone in the water at a stone skipping tournament. It forms a 20-degree angle with the water and skips many times. Which measure is 20 degrees? Well, first of all, I extended every single one of my rays that went out. Okay, then I looked and I asked myself reasonableness. Is this 20 degrees? I would use your arms and say, this is about 20 degrees. This is absolutely not 20 degrees. Okay, then the other ones, they're kind of close. So look at the widest angles, what I would do first. And I would say, ooh, that is definitely way over 20, so mark out C. Then you need to check out A and B. So A looks pretty close to me. A looks like 30 degrees, B looks more like 20. 20 is going to be the best answer, would be B. Number 13, Kyle is moving furniture up a ramp to get it on a truck. What is the measure of the angle formed by the ramp? So as you can see, I took the side of my protractor, I extended the arm of the ray, and now I can measure the angle of the ramp. Put your vertex on K, and then take a look and read the correct scale. On my protractor pointing this direction, my zero's on the top. So I would go around, and to me, the best answer looks like it would be 30 degrees. Now make sure you check for reasonableness. Is this about 30? For this tiny angle right here, yes, that would be reasonable. Okay, a multi-step one. Maria builds 2 sets of stairs in her dollhouse. Measure the angles in the picture at the right. What is the difference? So we're going to subtract the 2 between the measures of angles formed by the stairs. So what we need to do is we need to measure Q, R, and S. I extended the arms already on both of those. And you get approximately 40 degrees. Measure the angle of HGI, and I get approximately 30 degrees. Now, it's hard for your protractor to fit in this book sometimes. 40 minus 30 is D, 10 degrees. The last one is what is the measure of angle QRS? As you can see, I took the side of my protractor, I extended the arm of my ray, put your vertex on R, line up that little guideline, and you can tell this is a super wide angle. It points where my zero on this scale is at the top, so I go all the way around and I get C, 135 degrees. Now for your practice today, I would like for you just to get a plain sheet of notebook paper, and I would like for you to just play around with the protractor, making different angles today and marking them with different degrees. Hope you have fun. We're going to come back with the protractor again tomorrow. Have a good day.